All right, y'all, this just happened moments ago. Vice President Kamala Harris is having her book tour. She was speaking in Manhattan, and all of a sudden, pro-Palestinian protesters break out. Y'all notice, they never, ever go to a Trump event. Now, they broke out at Barack Obama's at a place he was speaking at just last week. Y'all keep showing up at Democrat events, but you never show up at Trump events. All right, this took place. Watch this.
Please. I actually also write about this, okay? Which is about what I know about how and why you are saying what you are saying now and how I felt about it. You're not letting me talk. You know what? I respect your right to speak, but you're not letting me speak.
Andrew, here's how I understand. They never show up at a Trump JD Vance event. Never.
No, they don't. They just choose to show up at Democratic events and cause this whole big scene, this whole interruption. And then we have the great, who I call the great. I know people can debate me about this, but I call the great Kamala Harris, former vice president, speaking and really bringing down the temperature, because she really could have raised the temperature. She could have said some things to ignite the temperature in the room at that point, but she didn't. And I love her for that. But we do show up in our own way in their places, Roland. It's not MAGA that's showing up in their spaces, but we do show up in their spaces as well.
Who?
To derail.
No. I'm specifically speaking of pro-Palestinian protesters. Why is it that they will interrupt an Obama event, a Harris event, but they never interrupt a Trump JD Vance event? And who's in the White House right now?
Yeah, and you know, I would have to disagree with you on that, because I think that they are showing up.
Show me the video. Show me the proof.
When Trump was in Georgetown. Okay.
No, when Trump was at Georgetown, when?
When Trump was in Georgetown, and he was eating, I forget the restaurant it was.
No.
Georgetown.
No. I didn't say the restaurant. Show me when Donald Trump or JD Vance is speaking somewhere at a rally or whatever. Show me when they're there.
Oh yeah, I agree. At the UN speech, there should have been someone that.
No. That's hold up. That's diplomats. No, I'm talking about whenever there's a rally. I have never seen. I don't see them ever interrupting a Trump JD Vance rally. I haven't. Have you?
Wow.
No, seriously. Have you ever seen? Hold up, 1 second.
Not at a rally.
Look, I'm gonna go to my. Hold up. Let's see here. JD Vance was speaking today somewhere, running off his mouth, lying, and yeah, he was speaking. I mean, here he was speaking somewhere today. I don't recall them showing up there. I don't recall them interrupting what he had to say.
Yeah.
So again, so what's the point of being a pro-Palestinian activist and you're showing up at a Kamala Harris book event? She's not in the White House.
She's lost that power. Yeah.
She's not there. So you show up at, hold up, let's see here. Because Obama told him, like, hey, just so y'all know, I'm not the person who is in power. You know, let me see if I can find it. This happened just last week, and again, he was just, you know, sitting there, and they didn't say nothing, didn't do nothing. And again, I just don't understand why they continue to do this. They will have an outburst at a Democratic function, but they won't say anything. They won't say anything when Trump or Vance speaking. I don't understand what they're getting out of it.
Well, Roland, they protest in different ways, and I have to push back because they do equal opportunity interruptions. It may not be at the rallies.
Okay, all right. So if they do it at a Democratic event, show me when they done a Republican one. Show me. Where was it?
So it's not at these rallies or events. I agree that I don't have any rallies, but just a few weeks ago in Georgetown, Donald Trump was trying to celebrate the fact that he had this presence. And there was a lady that came in to Joe's Seafood and interrupted his dinner.
No, I remember.
Protested.
No. I'm being very specific.
That's in his face.
Right, I got it. I mean, very specific. Okay, gotcha. That's one. What else?
Yeah, they don't show up, and now they don't get in. They don't always get into the venues.
No. Right? You gave me one. Give me another.
Now, I guess I can't give you a public speech.
No, just give me. I'm just gonna ask for another one.
JD Vance was at the Union. He was at Union Station doing this photo op. And this was again during
and they and they yelled at him about the National Guard.
They yelled at him about the National Guard. They also did Free Palestine as well.
Right. So here we go. This is Obama six days ago. So in a week, we've seen them go at Obama, Kamala Harris. No evidence of Trump. Turn it up.
The states currently. So there's no point in shouting at me. There's no point in shouting at me about it. I'm not in charge of foreign policy currently. Those who carried out October 7th.
So again, they'll shout at Obama, they'll shout at Harris. That's 2 in 6 days. I don't see it at a Trump Vance event. I don't see it at his Secretary of State. I don't see it at a Hegseth event. I don't see it at a Kristi Noem event. It's amazing how the folk, and again, I understand their argument. I understand what they're saying. I understand why they're doing it. My problem is it's pointless to show up at event. How about this here? Show up at a Mike Johnson event. He's the Speaker of the House. Show up at a Thune event. He's the Senate Majority Leader. They don't show up at Republican events.
And I believe that what they're trying to do here is garner support from the Democrats, which they have.
Wait a minute, hold up. What? Okay, there's no point in Okay, Andrew, here's the problem. Who controls the White House right now?
The Republicans.
Who controls the House? Who controls the House?
Republicans.
Who controls the Senate?
Republicans.
So what the fuck does it matter trying to get something from Democrats? They don't control a lever of government. There's nothing the Democratic Party can do when it comes to what Israel's doing to Gaza. Nothing. They don't have any power. So I don't understand. You protest two people, a former president and a former vice president who's not in office, but you don't protest the person the people who are in office, who actually have the power. I'm confused.
Now they still are protesting them. They're just not doing it in the same format.
Okay, so explain to me again. Okay, gotcha. Okay, a couple of people accosted Trump at a restaurant in D.C. Got it. Okay, what else? Show me what else.
Don't forget about JD Vance. That they accosted him in Union Station as well. And they do show up when it comes to I believe it was were they at the State of the Union address?
No.
Well, somebody needs to speak to that.
No, I'm speaking to it. And what I'm saying is, it's performative. If you're going to show up at a Harris event and a Barack Obama event, two people who are not in power, and you do not show up and do the same to Vance or Trump, it's a waste of time.
Well, I think that showing up for Vance or Trump is going to be a waste of time anyway, because they're not going to respect the demands.
So hold on. I'm now confused. So the people in power aren't going to respect their demands. So I'm not going to show up there, but I'm going to show up to two people who are not in power, who actually respected me and my people more than those two. So that makes sense.
To bring awareness, it does. There's going to be a lot more people that are going to be empathetic to that position.
Great. So more people are going to be empathetic to your position by showing up at an event for Harris and Obama, and nothing will be done about your cause, but you feel great because you stood up at a Harris-Obama event, but we're just not going to show up at all to an event of the people who are actually in power.
Because would it kill these politicians to stand up and say that genocide is wrong?
They have.
It seems like
hold on. They have. Wait. I'm confused. They have. Obama has. Harris has. Okay, got it. They've said that, but they have no power. So normally when you protest the people who are in power. Normally you put pressure on the people who are in power. You don't protest. That's like black people during the civil rights movement protesting people who weren't the sheriff or the mayor or the county commissioner or the president. So black people were like, yeah, we're going to go protest these people to change the law, but the people we're protesting have no power to change the law. So we're going to go protest them, and we're not going to go protest the people who actually have the power to change the law. So Dr. King, no, I'm not going to go meet with Lyndon Baines Johnson, put pressure on him. I'm going to go meet with Harry Truman, who's not even in the White House, to put pressure on him to get LBJ to do something. Do you see how that makes no sense?
No, I agree that the way that you're presenting it, yes, it can make no sense.
Right, it doesn't make any sense.
Overall,
so the logic okay, if your goal is to stop something, shouldn't I target the people who could stop it?
Yeah, what better place to catch them than while they're eating dinner? Right in their face.
Okay, one time. Okay, got it. Hold up. That's one time. That's one time they protested Trump. Give me another one.
Not that I could think of off the top of my head.
Gotcha, but I
But
could.
getting that
But
close-
I can
getting that
pull
close
up.
to Trump,
I can
I'm
pull
sure
up
it's
multiple
possible.
videos of them doing to Harris during the campaign. Okay, fine. Let's take the campaign. How many times did they interrupt Trump at a rally during the campaign?
They're probably not at the rallies, not in the immediate vicinity of the rally. I mean, but that's
How many times did they interrupt Harris at the rally?
But that's akin to the video we saw in Tennessee of the MAGA guys setting up the stand.
No.
These are two completely different places.
They were protesting. They were protesting Harris because Harris was in power again. So you're protesting Harris and Biden when they were in power, but you're not protesting Trump and Vance when they're in power. It's utterly illogical to me. It's an absolute waste of a protest to yell and scream at somebody who ain't even in office. It's a waste. It's a complete waste of time.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.